All right, so when you're editing media, a lot of media outside of Storyline, it's easy to lose track of what's updated and what's not. And so while you can launch and edit external apps directly from Media Library, and those are really good for one-offs, a lot of times designers will use external apps for all media. So for example, maybe they're using Audition for all of the narration. If they've got one long audio file that's 60 minutes, and then they're just saving those clips out as individual media. Or maybe in Photoshop, you've got all your layered files and you're letting the batch automation process for exporting all of those graphics as PNG files. So anyway, all of the content being created outside of Storyline, and you're bringing those into Media Library. Well, you may perform additional edits and then forget to bring those new versions back in to Storyline. Well, here's what's really nice is Media Library will automatically notify you with a little icon letting you know when media has been edited or changed outside of Media Library. So let me show you what this looks like. So I'm starting here in Story View, and what I want to do is just pop open Media Library, and you may have noticed a few of these icons in earlier lessons. Notice right here next to Cyclist, there's this little yellow icon right next to it. That just indicates that this has been changed outside of the original graphic that I inserted. And if you look over here in the preview pane, we also have a little yellow alert right here telling us that there is an original file that's newer. So all I need to do is just re-import that graphic right back in. I don't have to go find it. Storyline recognizes it. I can just choose re-import original file, and there we go. So that's one of those housekeeping items that you're going to want to look for before you publish your final course for review. Anything with a yellow icon right there indicates that the file has been changed. So you just need to go through and re-import and just continue re-importing. Now this is also true for any audio and video files that you've changed. So maybe audio, you had some pickup audio or you redid it because you needed to clean up the background audio a little bit or some of the background noise. So you'd also see the same thing for any audio clips. I don't have any that have changed right here, but you'd also see that little yellow indicator right next to the file. Now it's possible, let's come down here to a couple others and bring these in. Notice that for each of these images that have that icon, I also have access to the folder right here. So I could pop open the folder and quickly locate that particular image. Sometimes though, let me come back in, you'll notice that some of these don't have access to the folder. So I just got to click through a few. Here we go. In this iStock image right here, notice how the folder is grayed out. That essentially, that just means that the original media can't be found. So either maybe the folder has been moved, or you've relocated, maybe moved machines, or you deleted it from that folder. It doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. It just means that Media Library no longer knows where that original file is that was inserted into Storyline. So not much you can do there other than export the file if you want to make sure that you have a backup of it. So if you don't have access to that folder, that's just what Media Library is telling you. Now finally, for characters, if I just pull open the characters, you can export characters as PNG files, but they're not hosted or placed, right? They're not external to Storyline. They're all from Content Library. So you're not going to re-import a character in there. You can swap the character, of course, for a different character, but you're not going to see access to re-import them because they've changed outside of Storyline. The only time you might see that next to a character is if you have a character that's already been exported as a PNG file and you need to replace that character's image. Whether it's a character that you exported as a PNG from Content Library, or maybe you have your own character assets that you're using in your course. All right, well that's how you can verify and re-import any assets that have changed since you initially inserted them into Storyline. Just keep an eye out for that yellow icon indicating that there's a newer version of the media.